welcome to Wand and Crown. I'm Keeley and I'm here with Hayley. And this week we are talking about water parks in Orlando. We figured since it's now in
Summer.
the middle of summer, this is like a perfect time to talk about them. So even if you already have your trip planned for this year, save this for next year and you'll know like what you want to do when it's really, really hot in Orlando in the summertime, because it is.
Or if you've got like extra days planned that you were like, hey, maybe I'll hang out at the resort pool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you want to hang out at one of the water parks instead.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll cost you a little bit more, but it comes with a lot of benefits.
You get to cool off. And like, even like if it's not the summertime, as long as the parks, like the water parks are open, it's probably hot enough to go to a water park.
Yeah.
Like I've gone end of October and it was not cold.
It's Florida.
Yeah.
It's just about always warm enough to go to a water park.
I think you got like 3, maybe 4 months out of the year where it's cold.
Ish.
It
has cold days.
Yeah. Like January is consistently cold. February's hit or miss. March is getting there. Even December.
That's true. I did freeze my butt off in November last year. It was like in the 50s and
that's right.
50s and raining is not fun.
At least you were in Disney.
That's true.
Better than being at work.
Much better. Anyway, that's a turn. Let's talk about water parks.
It was still on theme.
Oh, yeah. But,
yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about both Universal's water park, or their third gate, as they call it, which is Volcano Bay, and then Disney's 2 water parks, which are Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, they've all got kind of, your basic wave pool, lazy river. They've all got rides, water slides, but they're all themed a little bit differently. I think Keeley has been to Volcano Bay. I have not. She loves it. I am a Typhoon Lagoon stan for life. But I'll try Volcano Bay at some point.
I think they're different. So I grew up going to Blizzard Beach. Like that was like our ride or die was like Blizzard Beach. And just something about Volcano Bay I really like a lot. I'm like obviously very obsessed with it. Like I don't know how to describe it. I'm not a big water park person, but like when we go in September, I'm like, okay, well my ticket's a 3 park ticket. So I'm going to Volcano Bay. Even if I didn't
when everyone else is gone.
Yeah, I'll just like go by myself on like Monday and like hang out by myself. I'll float around the freaking lazy river by myself. They do have they have like a rapids one where you have to wear a life preserver. We did on the rain one day. Oh yeah, you wear a life preserver and you get like slammed with waves, but it's like the opposite of a lazy river. And it was like pouring when we were doing it too, so it like just added
extra fun. Volcano Bay is a little bit pricier than the 2 Disney parks. It's like $70. I have notes. It's $75 a kid versus $80 an adult right now at the time that we're filming this. Whereas the 2 Disney parks are $63 per kid, $69 per adult. So it's about a $10 difference, but that does kind of come with a few perks, I would say.
Yeah, I think so, because you don't have to wait in line.
Yeah, you
do, but it's different.
You do, but it's virtual. So
yeah,
Volcano Bay Universal does something different than really any water park that I have seen, but it's kind of similar to, if you are a Disney person, it's kind of similar to your Magic Band. And what it is they have a little wrist thing that you get upon entering the park. You can't keep it. Not that Keeley tried.
No, they have people at the end making sure you take them off.
Oh, I'm sure. They're like, no. Ours. It's like the 3D glasses at the end of a ride, except a lot pricier to replace.
Yeah.
But it is called a tapu tapu.
Mhm.
And it is essentially your key to the world. It is you can rent and lock and unlock your lockers. You can attach it to a credit card and use it to pay for food around the park. And like Keeley said, you can wait in virtual queues. So since you've done it.
So it's really cool because essentially what you'll do is you'll go up. It's again, it's very similar to a Magic Band. You go up, you hit the touch point. There's one outside of each ride. It'll show you like on a TV screen, like the wait time. So the most popular ride there is the Aqua Coaster.
Oh.
No, not the plunge. It's the Aqua Coaster. Yeah. A lot of people do the plunge, but I don't like the body slides. Like, I'm not like one of those people.
I do. I'm always terrified that I'm going to get out with,
Yeah, that's why I don't do them. Somehow. And I don't like the hitting on the I don't know. I don't like the drop. I don't like the no, it's not my thing. It's not. I think it's great. I think it's fun. But no, it's the Aqua Coaster there. So that's the most popular ride. And what you do, so you'll go up, you'll see like the wait time's like 15 minutes. So you tap it and it tells you to come back in 15. When it's your time to go in line, it'll vibrate. You go in line, you touch, and you go wait in line. I think once you're in line, we maybe waited like 10 minutes. So it's not that bad. And like, you can go do other stuff. You just can't tap into another line. Like, you can't be in two lines at once.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of rides that are constantly a standby, so you don't have to tap in. And team members will tell you if you go up and you're like, hey, like, I'm in line for this, but I want to ride this real quick. They'll say, yeah, it's a walk-on. Just go ahead, grab your tube, get in line, whatever. And one advantage that we had was because we were staying at Cabana Bay, we got in early. So if you're staying at a Universal resort, it's like Islands of Adventure and Studios. You get in early because they have the early park entry there.
Yep.
So we were able to ride, I think 4 times before the park opened. We did the Aqua Coaster. The team member was like, you guys are back again. And we're like, what else will we be doing? He goes, yeah, you're right. I do the same thing. Like, before the park opens, I'm like, yeah, because it's such, oh my gosh, it's such a fun ride. So but it's nice because you can like walk around and do stuff. And again, like, if there's not lines for stuff, you can go do those while you're waiting in a virtual line for another ride.
Which is a lot better than just standing on hot concrete.
And you have shoes on, or it's like water shoes, and you're a bathing suit, and the sun's I think that's what changed my view on water parks, because I'm like I said, I'm not a big water park person, and I think that kind of shifted my view of how I enjoy them now through Volcano Bay. Yeah, because it's a totally different experience.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of line skipping with Volcano Bay, so they do offer Express Pass, but it's completely separate from one you would purchase for Islands and or Studios, depending on what type of ticket you have. If you are staying at a Premier Resort, we've talked about this in our Universal Resort episode, you do get the unlimited Express Pass included with your stay. That also does not apply to Volcano Bay. So essentially, Volcano Bay, you had to, no matter what, you have to purchase a completely different Express Pass.
Yeah.
Depending on the time of year you're going, I mean, it's just like Universal. Depending on when you're going, you may need it, you may not. If you're going in the middle of summer, if you don't want to wait in lines, it's probably a good idea. If you're going in the fall time.
Yeah. I mean, and it's priorities. Are you okay with hanging out in the lazy river for the majority and doing a few rides? You probably don't need to pay for it. But if you really want to get through all the rides, it's probably worth the extra money.
Exactly. It's just like a regular Universal trip. Is it worth the extra cost? You know what you like to do on vacation. You know, what your priorities are, how much you want to get done, if you want to go, or if you just want to like do some rides and then chill a little bit. And Volcano Bay it's not a theme park, it's a water park. So really it is about,
no matter how many times they try to say it is their third gate theme water park, it's a water park.
Epic Universe is going to be the third gate. So that one I'm more excited for. I love Volcano Bay, but I'm very excited for that one. We're gonna get more Harry Potter. Are you kidding? And a Monsters Land, hopefully. And How to Train Your Dragon. Anyway, very excited.
I can't tell at all.
The other thing too, so you mentioned the Tapu Tapu where you can link your credit card. They do have mobile ordering too, which is another big thing because again, I think a lot of the theme parks are moving towards convenience and not having to stand in line. So what we did was we put our phones, like we got like the waterproof thingy. I borrowed it from like my best friend's mom. She had two, and I was like, perfect. Now I got to buy my own because I plan on going back a lot. But we would mobile order it. Everything linked to my account, and then I would just mobile order. We went, grabbed snacks, food, whatever. So that was really convenient. If we wouldn't have done that, we could have just used a Tapu Tapu, and it would have gone right to our credit card. So you really don't have to have anything with you besides you don't even have to have your phone with you. I did because
you like having your phone with you
and content, and I like having my phone with me. But like you don't have to, because the Tapu Tapu access
will do
everything. Your locker, in the locker you can open as much as you want. We got like a medium-sized one. We didn't take that much because we were at Cabana Bay, so which is walkable. Yeah, we walked right over, which is another big thing about Volcano Bay is there's no parking. So essentially,
parking structures.
If you're on resort, they'll have buses that either take you over there or you go to the parking lot or the parking garage and they'll take you over.
Yeah. But if you're at Cabana Bay or Aventura hotels, then you can walk over yourself, which is a perk to be able to.
Cabana Bay was like a 5-minute walk, and Cabana Bay guests, you get your own entrance and own security. So like that might not seem like a big deal, but yeah, I mean, this is like one of my really big hacks that like I tell people that are staying at Cabana Bay. So if you're listening to this, you're getting like one of my really big like hacks. Cabana Bay has a lazy river. It's fine. It's good. You got to pay for your tube. You got to pay to, if you want a tube, you got to pay for your drinks. Like it's like a whole thing. What you do, we did this on our last trip. I was like, this is genius. Like, I swear I'm like a genius for this. I'm not even kidding. We went and dumped our stuff in the room. We got our little pouch. I think we already had our pouches with us for the phones. We walked over, no shoes, no towel, literally in our bathing suits with like our sunglasses on and our phone. We had our tickets on our phone. So we walked over, scanned in, went through. Security was like, do you have anything? And we're like, no. Walked in. We didn't have to rent a locker, and we walked right to the lazy river and did the lazy river at Volcano Bay. We had a 3-park ticket for that day, and we just walked over and did that. So we could have paid $15 each for a tube, or we were to pay for the park that day, and we just went and did the lazy river at Volcano Bay. And we could have done rides if we wanted to. We just didn't. But like we could have. I think the aqua coaster was like a 50-minute wait or something. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. But like we like booked dinner reservations for that night in the lazy river, like on my phone. I'm like, this is great. Like, again, I don't want to leave here.
Oh man. And sorry, I'm going back to the Tapu Tapu. You can do like kind of interactive experiences throughout the park. Because
like water guns. Yeah.
And the park is themed to essentially be like this fictional island where I'm going to butcher this, the Waturi Islanders settled at Volcano Bay, and then all of the rides and the theming is based on their myths and their legends. So you can interact with all the things around the park.
Yeah, they have like water guns. I have a video. There was kids that were aiming that for me because they saw like Cody was trying to push me. Yeah, it was great. But they have like, like you hit like the touch points as you're walking past, and like they just, you can do that. The kids areas are really cool theme. Like when you go into like the bottom of like the volcano, like you can walk through. It's like a splash pad area. It's like neon lights. It's really cool. Oh, I love that. It's really cool. And then right outside of that, on the other side, they have the cabanas for rentals. So you can get a cabana, which is really cool.
Yep.
They're extra. They're extra.
But they're always going to be.
Yeah. But you get a fridge stocked with water. You have an attendant. They'll bring you like fresh towels. It's in the shade. I think they might have fans. I'm trying to remember now, but just go get in the water if you get hot. They have them through like a few different locations, but if you're planning on like if it's like a big group, I think it's worth it. I think if you're planning on hanging there, it's worth it. I don't even think
got out and about a lot.
We didn't even reserve chairs. Like we didn't.
No.
We didn't. I mean, I know where to get the best chairs. I'm not going to disclose that secret, but or the best bathrooms or the best lockers. Or again, my strategy. I already gave my Cabana Bay secret out. But yeah, like we didn't even get chairs when we went because we knew we were right there also.
You're
we're going to do stuff.
Yeah. And so Typhoon Lagoon is kind of similarly themed.
Yeah.
It's, it's not themed after Islanders, but it is themed after like this shipwreck landed on this giant mountain in a tropical paradise, and the locals just were like, well, I guess we'll make the best out of it.
This is it now.
Yeah, this is our life. We're just gonna have fun with it.
It's Tilly.
Yeah.
Which, as I told Haley, our dog's name is Tilly, and I'm like, no, like we didn't name her after anything Disney. And then like after a year, I was like, oh my gosh, the ship at Typhoon Lagoon's name is Tilly. Well, and I'm pretty sure it's spelled the same way.
Yeah, you didn't name it after the ship. You just
it just happened to work out.
No.
It's fine.
It's fate.
It's fate. It's fine. Yeah. It's everything Disney or Universal. It happens.
That's just how life is with us. Now, Typhoon Lagoon has something, I think they had the first water coaster ride, which you talked about, the aqua coaster at Volcano Bay. Mm-hmm. Typhoon Lagoon has Crush and Gusher. They've obviously got kind of, the regular body slides. They've got Lazy River family raft rides. Their big selling point, I would say, is their wave pool, because it is literally a wave pool. I mean, it's not one of those, tiny little wave. They've got waves.
Yeah.
They've got like, you're at the beach, here's some waves come to knock you over. So be careful, first and foremost. But they also offer surfing lessons for an additional fee.
What?
Yeah, before park opens and after park close. So
cool.
You can do surf lessons in the wave pool at Typhoon Lagoon. And if you're doing it beforehand, then you just do that. And if you've got a park ticket, then you just kind of hang out and stay.
That's the only way I would do it, because it would be in a controlled environment.
Yep.
And if I fall, when I fall,
I'm just telling you, I grew up at the beach, and my best friend and I begged our parents to do surf lessons because that was like the cool thing to do at that point in middle school. And I think our one friend actually ended up like paying attention and learning how to surf, and she's I don't know if she's really good at it today because we don't talk anymore, but she was still really good at it through high school and whatnot. And my other friend and I were like, okay, we've stood up on the sand, can we go lay down now?
I was very much a boogie
we
board
tried
kind
to get
of
out
person.
into the water, and it was
no. Nope. So it sounds like I would do the Typhoon Lagoon.
Yeah, Typhoon Lagoon would be fun
until they turn the wave pool on.
Yeah, I'd rather just float. Give me a rest.
Yeah. Lazy river it up. Or like, again, just like some little bit of waves that I can just bop around in.
Yeah.
Easy.
The kid created waves. The ones that are just kind of, as they go past you, rush past you in the lazy river, and you're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a little bit of like ambience to feel like you're like in the ocean, but you're not actually in the ocean.
Yeah. You're not going to get swept under and rip-tided out, which you won't. Just disclaimer. There are lifeguards.
So there's lots of lifeguards.
I'm going back to my actual real life beach experience. But
you won't get sand in your bottoms either.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine. There is also they have on select nights throughout the year, they've got H2O Glow After Party, which is, I believe it's usually summer nights. It is a separate ticketed event with a DJ. You have character meet and greets. They've got specialty food and drinks, and you've still got access to some of the rides and the attractions. So it's kind of similar to the Disney and Universal after hours special ticketed events, just at a water park. Yeah.
That's on my list of things to do because I see like a lot of like the creators that I follow go, and I'm just like, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like people know about it, but I feel like it's kind of like a niche.
Yeah, and it's not expensive. It's about $80 with tax,
which compared to the other after hours events,
that's affordable.
I mean, you're not getting the same rides, but still, like, I think the food, the drinks, and the characters, like, that's something you're going to go and, like, that's what your focus is going to be.
And just experiencing the park after dark.
Yeah, like a DJ, and, like, I know they do, like, lights and stuff, like, strobe light, like,
the glow part
of
it.
Yeah. I just, from what I've seen, it looks really cool, and that's definitely, like, on my list of, like, things that I want to do, because, I don't know, it just looks really cool. That's why.
It just looks cool. It's just fun.
It looks cool, and the food looks good, and the drinks look good. And I don't know. I just want to go. The water park and it glows. What else do you want?
I have no idea.
Exactly. See? Exactly.
And you get characters.
And that's what I'm saying. You get characters. I don't want to go. You and I have already talked about this. We're not big character meet and greet people, especially at like after hours events, or like we're game planning for Mickey's Not So Scary right now, and like we're both like, characters are cool, but like I want the food and the rides, and the trick-or-treating and the shows and the parades and the fireworks. Okay, like everything but the characters. But the characters take up a lot of time. I feel like this is like a good place to meet them, and I think they have, some of them are like in like different,
I want to say they've got like Lilo and Stitch. They've got some of the rare characters,
and I think like they're in like
fun outfits.
Like bathing suits and like tropical stuff. Like I'm thinking of like Alani, like how they'll have them like in different kinds of outfits. I think that's what happens at the H2O Glow, is they're like in like tropical beach outfits. Yeah. So like that's why you go to that. It's like the food, the drinks, the DJ, the music, and the characters.
Yep. Now, if you want to get away from the tropical paradise theming,
go to the tundra.
Go to Blizzard Beach, which is supposedly themed after, there was a freak Florida snowstorm, and everyone was like, yay, we're going to build a ski resort. This will be wonderful. This will bring all the tourists in, forgetting that it's Florida. And then apparently it all started to melt, and they just turned it into a water park instead.
Yes. That's the water park I grew up going to, is Blizzard Beach. My favorite was the lift to get up to the drop. Okay, but I didn't ever do the drop. I just took the lift up because I think
No, you go up and then you walk down the stairs.
Yeah, I'm not doing the drop. Are you kidding? But I liked it because I also grew up skiing. So like that's fun to like do that like in a water park. But yeah, and they added like the frozen stuff too during a refurb.
It's not Ketchikan Creek. It is Tykes Peak. Tykes Peak is that. So all of these parks have kiddie areas. And Tykes Peak is the one that's in Blizzard Beach, and it is frozen themed, and it's got the little snow monsters. Yeah,
the snow geese. Those are my favorite from. They're in all the movies.
They're no, they're in the shorts. The frozen shorts.
They're in the movies.
The mama one is. Elsa creates the mama one in the first one.
So then are they in the second one?
I want to say they're just in the shorts.
Now I gotta go watch Frozen. Okay. No, because
Anyway, you can see them at Blizzard.
And then go watch Frozen afterwards or beforehand, and then you'll know.
Yeah, exactly. And Olaf is there, and all fun things. But their big, again, claim to fame, aside from having the chairlift up to the giant water slide, is the giant water slide. They have a 12-story free fall water slide in this park. So if you are not like Keeley and me, and you you are happy to
plummet
your
to
life
earth
in your hands and plunge 12 stories down a water slide, this is the park for you.
Nope. You couldn't pay me. No, you probably could. No, I lied. You could pay me to do it. I just don't want to. I have zero desire.
Oh no, I would do it if I could put on like a rash guard or like a scuba diving suit or something, so that I wouldn't get all, slide burn, I guess. I would absolutely do it. I would do it once. I desperately need one of these Disney parks to latch on to the Kronk, pull the wrong lever.
I know.
I don't know why they haven't done it, but if they do that somewhere, this is not what this water slide is. You actually like climb in and go down. But
we're blue skying here. We're blue skying.
Yeah, they need to do this. You stand, pull the wrong lever, Kronk, boom, drop.
I agree. They need to put that there. Or you know where else they should put it? This is not theme park related, but now we're making it. No, well, yes, they could do that. But I think they should do it it doesn't match the theming, but where the Stitch ride is in Tomorrowland. I hate that ride. It used to be Alien. I have horror stories. We can talk about that another time. They should put it there. I don't know. I feel like it just makes sense because the tube, and then they could drop the room. I don't know. Look, I haven't thought this out very much, but they need to add it somewhere.
I'm not sure how they. Okay.
It's Disney. They can figure it out. We're blue skying, Hayley. Then they need to add it to a water park. They need to add it somewhere.
They need to add it to a water park or a water slide or make it into a coaster.
I have unresolved trauma from that show, so.
I'm still annoyed that at the point where I was finally old enough to think that I wouldn't be afraid of Alien, they turned it into Stitch, and then I just got nacho cheese.
I had
all over me.
I had my first panic attack on that ride because I didn't want to do Space Mountain, so my mom and I did that instead when it was still Alien, and I'm pretty sure I had my first panic attack. Yes, it was bad. My other panic attack was in London at Madame Tussauds, but that's a story for another day. I think you and I have talked about that. But anyway, so they should put the Kronk thing there if they're not going to put it in Blizzard Beach. Welcome to my tangent for the episode. It's one theme. It's okay.
Oh, God. Okay, so looping back around to Blizzard Beach, they also have, obviously, again, we talked about they've got all the regular water slides, family raft adventures, but they also have kind of toboggan racers.
Yeah.
You can't see my hands. I'm doing this. So like as if you were sledding downhill and you get to race people on these mats. So that's fun.
You know what I wish they would move there? I promise this is on theme. Like the Cali River Rapids at Animal Kingdom, because I don't want to do that in park clothes. I want to do that in a bathing suit. And those are like my favorite rides. Like I'm up in Maryland, so Hershey Park's like my home park. And they had the one there. I can't remember if it's still there because they've done so many renovations the past few years. But that was like my favorite ride there was the Rapids. But I hated going because I hated getting I wish they would put one of those in a water park. I know why they don't. I get it. It's a huge but I wish they would, because I'm if I'm at a water park, I'm gonna be cool with doing that. I just don't want to do that in my park clothes.
Or I don't know, make a giant air body dryer when you walk.
They don't work because then your shoes are wet, and then you got to play the whole game with Trent, and then I got to get my other second pair of shoes out, and then I got to put them on the AC, and then hope that they dry, and they're not all the way dry. It's just a whole game, and I don't want to do that. I just want to be able to go when I'm already at a water park. I have a lot of grievances with water parks. I
can tell.
And Stitch. That's Alien. But Volcano Bay, I have zero grievances about. It's just like the childhood issues for Disney.
Something that we do want to note right now, as we're recording this, Blizzard Beach is closed for refurb. And all 3 of the parks will close periodically throughout the year, usually during the colder months. So you just want to make sure that you check that before you go. And then on a separate episode, we will also touch on Aquatica, which is Busch Gardens Water Park over in Tampa, which is only an hour. I'm sorry, Aquatica is SeaWorld. Adventure Island is Busch Gardens. So
I was like, am I remembering it wrong? I was just agreeing with you. So I'm like,
A.
no, Hayley knows.
Hayley should know. Her dad worked at Busch Gardens.
No, that's why I was like, Hayley knows what she's talking about. I'm just remembering wrong. Okay.
No. Hayley. Aquatica is at SeaWorld. SeaWorld is in Orlando. So it's right around all the other parks. Adventure Island is over in Tampa with Busch Gardens, which is just an hour away. So if you have driven to the parks, drive over there. It's an easy drive. And then you can go over to Busch Gardens too. But we'll talk about those on another episode. And that is it.
It's the water parks. Well, Universal and Disney water parks.
Yeah. We can't cover all the water parks.
No. Just the ones we know.
Yeah. So that is it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have any questions for us, drop them below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.